Hello, welcome back to Making Money Manageable with Alan Dembski and Juliana Jansen from Buffalo First Wealth Management. We had a topic come in recently that was talking or asking about AI scams targeting retirees and seniors. So we thought we would do a video today on that. If you do like our content, please like and share our videos and ask for more information if needed. We did a video on scams with the Better Business Bureau previously, so that's on our YouTube channel now if you want to take a look at that. It's a little lengthy, but we're going to kind of just touch on the new AI scams that's going on with seniors and retirees. As we get older and technology improves, things are happening out there.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's talking about how AI is making their jobs easier, and unfortunately, it's making the scammers' job easier as well. Back a few years ago, the advice that used to be given is, well, look for mistakes, look for bad grammar. And now what we're seeing, even with the emails that come into our firm, is that there aren't grammatical errors because they can run it through AI. And now with some of the other technology that's available, as Alan said, with the voice technology, it's kind of scary if your voice is out there, like our voices are out there. It's pretty easy to clone the voices and use that in targeting people for scams. The one that we wanted to focus on today is commonly called the Grandparent Scam. And there are different variations of this. It's not just for grandparents, it can be for parents, but essentially the concept of it is there's a call that's received by someone and it sounds like it's their child or their grandchild, and they've either been in an accident, they've been arrested. There's a lot of urgency that's portrayed by the scammer, and there's a request for money, either cash, sometimes sometimes it's gift cards. But basically, that's the gist of it. And one of the main elements of it is it has to be done right away.
Yeah, for sure. And how they're doing that is they're going through social media posts, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, looking for people's relatives that are putting out content to sound like somebody else. So not only are they pulling that information and trying to make these calls sound like that person, but they're also pulling the information from you on your social media. A lot of your social media, whether it's again YouTube, TikTok, or Facebook, you're putting the information out there so they can kind of target family members to be finding this information that's out there on the web.
Yeah. So, I mean, some of the red flags, if you get a call like this, I mean, I think a lot of people, one of the best pieces of advice is if you don't recognize the number, don't answer it. And then, let them leave a voicemail, which often they won't because they want to get you in that moment because
Right.
they want to capitalize on panic. And that's a lot easier to do if you're doing it live versus through a voicemail. So, the first thing is just if you don't recognize it, let it go to voicemail. But
Right.
if you do pick up a call and you're talking to the scammer or you're talking to somebody and it seems like there's something wrong, is the person on the other end of the line sounding very calm? Because if this were really your grandchild or your child and they were in an accident or they were in the hospital, they're not going to sound calm. The other thing to look for is how, are they using the right terms? Some people, it's Grammy or Grandma or Nana. Are they calling the grandparent Grammy when normally they call them Nana? Something that would seem out of place. But I think the biggest thing to look for is urgency. Sometimes the scammer will say, don't call your family. It's too urgent. Like, just go right away and get the money. That's also a red flag too, because that's not something that your relative would say is don't call someone. But what they're trying to do is isolate the person so that they can't verify that this is not real.
Yeah, like, oh, go get me a gift card from the store and hurry up and do that. Keep me on the line while you're there, or send some Bitcoin or wire this money from your bank. We've had cases where people have said that, and talking to bankers, that when somebody comes in and asks for a wire, they get a little suspicious. And the banks do a pretty good job when people, especially the elderly, are requesting wires, because that's pretty, everyone's got to pay for it, and it's a little bit more of a paper trail, but it can be done very quickly.
Yeah, and also large amounts of cash. Sometimes the
Yeah.
version of the scam is that they want the person to get a large amount of cash. And then the scammer, it's actually a network of individuals. There'll be another person, usually closer to the person that they're calling, who will actually pick up that money for them. So a lot of different, there isn't one variety of this. There are a lot of different varieties. And I'm sure that as soon as this video is made, there'll be a new version of it out. So I think in general, we're urging people to just have a lot of caution when you're receiving unanticipated calls, and do your homework to make sure that you're checking out what they're saying is correct.
Yeah, and you can prevent some of this too. Education, talking to your family members about it. One of the easiest ways is to have a family code word. If somebody does call a child or whatever, and hey, what's the code word? Or hopefully it's something easy that everyone can remember. Also, don't fill out all those favorite questionnaires online. I see them all the time. Like, oh, what was your favorite concert you've ever been to? Or what was your favorite dog's name? I mean, you name it, people have filled out all those questionnaires online, and that just gives them more ammunition to make a call and to have all that personal information when it's out there. And also, kind of be careful what you're posting and who your friends are online. Whether your profiles are private or public. Adjust your privacy settings. Make sure you're updating them. We talked about that all the time especially with different videos, how everything populates on your screens when you're searching something. Are your phones listening? It could be. Turn off your microphones, and taking the little precautionary steps to help prepare yourself if somebody does try to scam you. And also, finally, have a trusted contact. A lot of investment companies have trusted contacts as people get older, somebody that can be called or call on your behalf. Make sure everything's up to date.
And just remember, everything that you put out on social media can be used by someone against you. So the less that you put out, the less the scammers have to work on, and they're just going to go to someone else who is oversharing everything in their life, because all those little breadcrumbs can help the scammer make the message that they send to you that much more believable, because they have all this information about your life because you've put it out there.
Right. And it happens all the time. So hopefully, if you do know somebody that's been taken advantage of, hopefully you can learn from that. If you have not, hopefully you got something out of our short video here to help protect yourself or a loved one from these new AI scams. And the voice recognition, it's just getting better all the time. Mm-hmm. And you call companies now and it's all AI on the other side, and you got to kind of listen to see if it's a real person or if it's AI on a customer service line.
Yeah, even with the pauses, it sounds like normal speech. Does not sound like a robocall. So it's getting tougher.
So if you have anything that you'd like to make a comment, or if you'd like to share something with us, just drop a comment and like and share our videos for more.